Haha, boom! What's going on, everyone? This is Steve Larson from Secret MLM Hacks Radio, and today I'm going to teach you guys what to do when your MLM does not allow you to be on the internet or say their name or drive ads. If you're like me, you know MLM is an amazing opportunity to grow a real asset for yourself. But you also see that there's huge issues starting to emerge. Like, why haven't big MLMs let tactics change in over 30 years? Or why have they been cutting commissions smaller and smaller? Or even, how dumb is it that old MLM rules say you'll get in trouble when you use the internet to grow your team? These are some of the blaring questions we all face today. This podcast will show you how real MLMers like us are waging war on the old dying methods. And we aren't cheating by only bugging uninterested family and friends. Follow this podcast while I expose the shocking methods I'm using to build my 10,000 person downline and get people begging to join my team daily. Here's to the new tactics without all those old, rusty MLM shackles. My name is Steve Larson, and welcome to Secret MLM Hacks Radio. What's up, guys? Hey, this episode is actually, I'm really stoked about it. This is probably one of the biggest questions I get anytime I tell anybody that I sell my MLM online. Now, the truth is, right, sometimes MLMs will let you say their name on the internet, but what do you do when someone, when an MLM or network marketing, whatever company doesn't like it when you say their name on the internet? Or they're like, you can't use the internet to recruit people directly and stuff like that. Well, this is my answer to that, and this is the way that I've been able to still use and leverage the internet to increase my speed and the quality of my leads, but not be, fighting against any kind of compliance thing. Okay, so I'm excited for this. This is actually a Q&A I did in front of my group. So we're gonna cut over there right now. Please enjoy, and you might have to watch it a few times if this is the first time you've ever heard of some of these concepts, and that's okay. But this is how I've been able to do it and automate, and we're still getting 2 to 3 leads per day of people asking to join my downline who I've never met. And this is how I do it online without being shady or weird or having to find some secret small little loophole that might close someday. This is how I do it.
Okay, with my current MLM company, Amway, I can't sell or recruit online at all, just like stated here. And they actually put the actual policies in there. Yeah, so then don't. So the answer then is to create front ends where you're not talking about it, and then you close them in the back. All right, that's one of the things that I do. All right, I've been very, very careful to choose an MLM that lets me put their name in ads without me getting in trouble. But let's say you're a part of one and you love it, and then that's great. I am not encouraging you to leave it. I'm not encouraging you to leave Amway. I'm not encouraging you. What I'm saying is you can still create value for people in the MLM space, have them come to you, and then you close them right afterwards. That's totally right. That if you're like openly like, hey, come join my downline, right? Amway's probably gonna have a problem with that. Hey, come buy my Amway products. Amway's probably gonna have a problem with that, right? I'm not saying to do that, right? Think about what Secret MLM Hacks is, right? Do I ever mention the name of my MLM? Never. For that reason. Never, ever will I. Because the moment I start talking about what MLM I'm in this one, it taints all of it, right? People come and they think that I'm here to recruit them, right? And I'm telling you right now, if you love what you're in, you stay in it. And does that make sense? But there's a windfall experience that happens with it as well. And under closed doors, behind the closed doors, they will ask. And those will be the times when I've told, sometimes, right? Depending on the scenario. But does that make sense? You still can do it. And what's cool about it is when you create a paid prospecting product, you don't even have to say Amway's name. And in fact, I probably reading terms and conditions and rules of conduct and all stuff, you probably shouldn't, right? And I don't, all right? I don't say the name of it. But you still can have people come in, right? Get qualified as a subscriber, qualify as a buyer by paying for something that has to do with MLM. And then bam, you can go in and talk to that person afterwards, maybe get their phone, or you can actually call the person. You got leads, right? There's a whole bunch of soup. Anyway, does that make sense? You're not saying, come join my Amway downline. Like that's, yeah, MLM is not a fan of that. So that's why I don't do it, and that's not what I teach here. But so how do you do it then, right? Sounds to me like you probably should go back to module 1, where it's about paid prospecting itself, and I cover that specifically, and we dive into how you actually get this off the ground, right? without you. And it's not challenging. It doesn't need to be crazy at all. In fact, there's a podcast episode that's coming out here really soon talking about really, 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 really easy products that you can create, but they're really high value, right? High value, low impact products for you. High value to them, low impact for you. Those are fantastic ways to bring people to you, and then you sift out the people who are the cheapos, the people that are never, ever, ever going to pay for anything, right? I don't want those people in my downline. Are you kidding? I want only those joining at the very top of any MLM that I join. It shows me their mentality. It shows me how much I know they're going to work. It shows me that they're hungry and they're actually wanting this thing. If somebody comes in and they're joining the very bottom level, I don't even want to give them the bonuses that I tell them in my recruiting offer. And a lot of times I don't. In fact, there have been multiple times I've actually reached out to people who have said, who've come in and joined, and I saw they joined at the very bottom level, and I've reached out to them and said, hey, I can't, out of respect for those who joined at the top, I cannot give you the bonuses unless you turn back around and you go join at the highest levels, go work it out with the MLM, you know what I mean? And I've done that multiple times, right? I'm serious about that because it massively affects the future relationship moving forward. And so, but you can still create little paid prospecting products, or even, you don't even need to create them, just assemble them, right? Go to freaking YouTube, type in how to succeed in MLM. Anything that pops up on YouTube is public domain. Grab the videos, put them in a members area, and you could charge a few bucks, and just sifting out people that way. That's the premise. That's the principle behind it, is you are pre-qualifying individuals. And because there's money coming in from them paying you, you can afford to spend ads, which means typically your speed increases beyond like 99% of anyone in your upline or downline. Okay, whoever can spend the most to acquire customer wins, right? Use of the website or any broadcast communication method, including mass mailing, telemarketing, nationals, and the services. Okay, so you're saying you can't use those things. That's fine. Stop promoting Amway right up the get-go. That's exactly what I'm saying. Don't promote. If Amway is yelling at you for that, or they're saying don't do that or else, then don't do it. Just follow their rules. But you still can make a podcast that has to do with MLM. You know what I mean? Don't say Amway. Just talk about what you're learning, and people, funny enough, are going to reach out to you. I'm learning a lot of stuff here. What MLM are you in? You all do that to me, right? That's exactly right. That has been happening to me for 3 years now, almost. Because almost 3 years now, with the exact same principle in mind. Like, I am drinking the Kool-Aid too. I want you guys to know that also, right? So how do you hack? Secret MLM hacks. How do you hack the industry? You create things in front. Don't talk about your MLM. If they're that stringent about it. I got so sick of that eventually that I went and found a different one that lets me, which is awesome. But beforehand though, I was still doing it the exact same way, right? I was recruiting people like crazy from an MLM that didn't want me to say things. They're like, don't talk about our product on the internet, idiots. Don't talk about recruiting on the internet, dummies, right? But if that's their viewpoint, then that's okay. And just work with what you've got then. And all it means is you create one extra little additional thing, paid prospecting funnel, and you pull somebody in, right? Then you start talking to them afterwards. You're not driving ads to something that says, join Amway, right? Here's all my Amway products. Like, that'll get you shut down. I don't do that. I don't do that for my own, even though they say I can, okay? I pull in with recruiting, and then you could send them to, hey, by the way, thanks for dropping on in. If you're interested in, I don't know, let's say that you're selling ketones, right? Or let's say that you're selling, it's Amway, right? Let's say you're selling soap. Hey, by the way, I don't know if you want any soap or whatever. They're like, yeah, sure, sweet. Send them your product funnel, right? Send them your e-com funnel. There's some soap, right? It's a way of bringing people in the door, and it works incredibly well. And you get paid regardless if they join your downline, regardless if they buy your product. And it gives you money for ads so that it increases your speed, and you outrun so many people in your upline and downline because they don't understand any of these principles. Right. And anyway, great question though. Hey, I'm also looking at your application funnel right now, and I'm having a little bit of a hard time understanding it. So you're driving Facebook ads to a knowledge implement blueprint. Super cool, Siler, by the way. It's really awesome you drew this and sent it over. Appreciate that. And then you're sending them straight over to a high-end offer, or to a recruiting funnel, or to a product funnel, or to the supplement thing. So you're building basically like a home page and driving ads to a home page. Is that, I wouldn't do that. choose one sexy front end. You know, don't think about your limitations. Like, I don't know how to build this. Don't worry about it. You'll figure it out. Think through what's super sexy, and then you'll find a way to make it. And it does not need to take a lot of time. I spent way too much time on my first one because I just didn't understand that. I thought that me spending a lot of time was the equivalent of value. That's not true. There were already people who, right? Honestly, one thing that everyone could do on here that could be really, really interesting too, like together, just come up with an offer, and then each one of you create one product that's in the offer, and then every one of you guys can go grab. You know what I mean? That way you get the value of an entire awesome offer, and you only made one of the products, and everyone else made the rest of it as well. Right? You know, crowd create. Actually, I have a podcast episode that just barely dropped out to the world 42 minutes ago about that. Crowd creating products is a great way to do it. I crowd create products like an animal. Those of you guys who are watching the affiliate outrage launch that I was doing, that's exactly what I'm doing. I just found a whole bunch of experts. Hey, I said, hey, I didn't even get on with them. I said, hey, would you just teach for 10, 15 minutes how to use your expertise to blank? And they just grabbed their iPhones, a lot of them, and they said, this is how I would do it. And then I got like 15 people to do that, package it up, bam, product. Real easy, right? One of the easiest ways for you to make cash as an entrepreneur, especially in the internet marketing game, if you're just starting out and you don't have any cash to spend on ads, just be an aggregator. Be an aggregator, right? That's a huge value. It means I don't have to go out, create relationships with those people, try and interview them, try and learn from them one-on-one. If somebody knows, though, that what they're about to say is going to be used inside of a product, most of the time it's a huge status increase for them, and they just do it for free. They don't even ask for anything, right? They just know that their face is going to be seen a lot of times. That's super easy way to do it as well.
Hey, thanks for listening. And now, as I record this outro here, I'm over 80 episodes into the Secret MLM Hacks radio show. And I've done my best to keep this podcast strictly educational, and I don't pitch anybody or even tell you what MLM I'm in. However, the number of emails, Facebook messages, text messages, people who hunt my phone number down or even find my address, it's kind of insane, and it's kind of become unmanageable. If I'm going to take the show where I want to, that noise is only going to grow. So here it is. Here's my extremely soft pitch right here, okay? I'm not going to even tell you what MLM I'm in here either, but if you want to join my downline or simply find out more, literally go to joinmydownline.com. Simply for transparency, when someone joins my downline, this is what they get. They get auto lead and recruiting funnels, proven product sales funnels, a 30-day step-by-step setup system, easy traffic methods, as well as unique upline support that's been assigned to us from our MLM headquarters, which is pretty awesome. All of what I do is not only approved by my MLM, but they consistently ask me to build funnels for the MLM itself. So again, if you want to jump on the phone and see if this is a good fit, literally go to joinmydownline.com. This is just to direct some of the noise I personally experience as I talk about and reveal a lot of these tools that my team has access to, which I know is unconventional and it's kind of shaking the industry, which is really fun. If you're interested in actually making MLM an asset, joinmydownline.com is where you need to go now.